Hey, Shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Akim pushing his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Amathia from the Great Millstone here in Dallas. And I wanted to go into this article here for fair use. It says in the finance.yahoo.com. It says how Trump's tariffs are hitting beauty supply stores and ultimately your wallet. All right. And you see the person out here looking on. It looked like she may work at the store here, but you see the so-called black woman, and she has natural hair, but this is going to affect a lot of women. Okay. Majority of black women, because they don't wear their natural hair. They bring a lot of money to beauty supply stores for their weave, you know what I'm saying, for the wigs. Majority of black women don't wear the natural hair. They actually they put on hair to so-called enhance their beauty, you know, and that's the Western way. You know, they can lead even all the way back to the Egyptian way, you know. Let's read here. It says, President Trump announced a 125% tax on Chinese imports, and now beauty supply store owners, and shoppers are feeling the impact. Ladies, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. And when he said I'm going to hold your hand, you got to know that's really talking about the nigger woman, you know, because they really going to really get affected by this. When you go into a beauty supply store, because, you know, if you have barbers, because it's gonna go up on, like, say, barbers and things like that, because it's gonna be just beauty supply items just in general. But when you go into those stores, you're gonna see what nigger women, majority of nigger women. I mean, it's one here in the Dallas area. I want to say over there in like it's the black area, or the Lancaster or what have you, but it's called Jenny's. And it looks like a damn mini mall, but it ain't nothing but hair products and things like that. And it's got a big ass section for nothing but wigs, and you have nothing but nigger women in there walking around, you know, and it's gonna affect them. So when you go into saying you gotta hold your hand, it's a lot of time going into the nigger woman. So I'm gonna keep reading. It says Trump's tariffs are impacting our favorite store, the beauty supply store, for the last few weeks. The consequences of President Trump's trade wars over international imports, particularly China, have become more and more real. Despite placing a 90-day pause on his new tariffs, the president's 125% tax rate increase on Chinese imports is starting to impact beauty supply stores across the country. For business owners like Chastity Monroe, owner of Pink Noir, a hair and beauty supply store in Memphis, Tennessee, the trade war are impacting her small business, as she says she buys many of her products directly from China. Now, when you see her, they're gonna find these black store owners to talk about this, but majority of hair supply stores are owned by Chinese, all right, by people of Moab, which is the so-called Chinese. But they'll make it seem like, they want you to bring pity upon them, because so they'll put like a black woman in, like they just saying right here in your face, to say, look how it's affecting her, which it is. But she's a small business owner, but it's gonna impact everything. Now, these gooks, you know what I'm saying? They may have deals where they're gonna still get theirs. You never know. But it's possibly will be affecting them too, because I'm sure they're gonna be watching them on receiving their goods, because of the tariffs. All right. It says it's just been really scary for a small business that's not been open long, Monroe told NBC News, explaining how she has already seen suppliers increase their prices, which she'll which she will have to tack onto the customer product prices. All right. It says as a result of the tariffs, synthetic braiding hair, because who get their hair braided? Black women that once cost $3 to $5 a pack, may now cost customers $10 to $12. You see that increase? Similarly, Zamitra Taylor, owner of Beauty Supply for You in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida, explains how the tax of Chinese goods could lead to a minimum 15% increase product like wigs, extensions, and accessories as they primarily come from China. It's really making me sick, Taylor said, per WPLG Local 10 News. Now, you see that? She said it's really making her sick. And you see, it's really going towards the black woman, right? Because when you think about it, the black woman, their hair is their glory, as the scripture says. We'll get that. Their hair is really their glory. Because that's why when you see women these days, like say a lot of Eve, they wear their hair long, but when you look at it, you're like, that's not your real hair. That's why they say a woman or a black woman can't get into, don't want to get into a pool. They don't want to go swimming because it's gonna mess up their hair, the weave, what they have on. This is 1 Corinthians 11:15. It says, "But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering." I'm going to read that in the NLT over here to the right. It says, "And isn't long hair a woman's pride and joy? For it has been given to her as a covering." All right, so that's their pride and joy. So now their pride and joy is authentic. It's not authentic. It's not no original hair. All right, it's extensions. Okay, it's wigs. I put this on as an illusion on letting me show you my beauty, but it's really not mine. It's not mine. It's not real. So now when these tariffs come up, now these women gonna have to show their true colors. We're gonna see their true colors shining through. All right, and this is mainly for the Lord trying to doing the unveiling. He's unveiling who Esau really is. He's unveiling that these women, their natural beauty, is being disguised by what? All this hair, makeup, these umbrellas, and the Lord, like I said, He's bringing everything back to the old ways. You know. And let me get this here. I think it's in here. Okay, I'm gonna start at verse. This is Isaiah 3, verse 16. You see, it says, "Judah's women denounce a warning to Jerusalem." All right, and like I said, it's nothing new under the sun. This is something that is returning back when the siege happens, which we're gonna see now. That everything's gonna turn back to the way it used to be, and the Lord, He put a curse on the woman's head. Judah's, like I said, the head tribe women, which is Judah, the so-called black woman. Isaiah 3:16. Moreover, Yahweh said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and one-ton eyes. And that lets you know also this is the so-called nigger woman. These are the women of Judah. When you see how they walk and how they move their necks, what's the main thing they do when they say they be talking shit? But waving that finger, moving their neck, yeah. Everybody know that's the indication that, yeah, this is a black woman. You see another race doing that, another nation, they can be like, yeah, they acting just like a black woman. All right, keep going. It says, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. Okay? Therefore, the Lord will smite the scab and crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will discover their secret parts. See, they're being revealed again, showing what the Lord did to them. He cursed their heads, cursed their hair. And what did we just read? The glory of a woman is a hair. With long hairs be making it is her glory. I'm reading the NLT. Verse 16, and the Lord says, beautiful Zion is haughty, craning her elegant neck, flirting with her eyes, walking with dainty steps, tinkling her ankles and bracelets. So the Lord will send scabs on her head, and the Lord will make beautiful Zion bald. All right. Now, I know there used to be a product called Baby Don't Be Bald or something like that. So that's what the Lord is doing, and with these tariffs, he's gonna he's setting it up where they won't be able to afford their artificial covering, which is what? These extensions, these wigs, and all of that. Okay? So we go back to this article here. I'm gonna read it right here. It says, in the U.S., black hair care is a lucrative industry, generating an estimate $3.2 billion in 2023. All right, and that's hair care, and it's like I said, a lot of it because these wigs can get very expensive. All right, these weaves are very expensive. All right, it says on products alone, not even counting hair accessories, wigs, or electronic styling products. Though reports predict the industry reaching a 4.9 billion valuation by 2033, a key part of the industry lies in international exports, which provides everything from product ingredients to bundles to stocking caps. All right, the trickle down effect of Trump's three-figure tariffs of Chinese goods imports, not only small black-owned beauty supply stores. All right, it not on goods impacts not only small black-owned beauty supply stores, but also large black-owned beauty brands seen in retailers like Sephora and Ulta. The supply chain is a huge barrier, said Tommy Talabi, founder of the Black Beauty Club, in NBC News. Tariffs only raise the cost of entry, packing, ingredients, shipping all go up. All right. All companies debate whether to absorb these tariff costs or pass them on the consumers. Owners like Taylor are getting creative in protecting customers from feeling the financial impact by implementing layaway programs when necessary. I'm trying to hold out as long as I can, she says. So these women can be able to put their hair on layaway. So you be like, I'm gonna be bald for about, or like you say, natural for about 2 months. But when I pay this wig off in about 2 months, 'cause I got it on layaway, then I'll be back beautiful, and my confidence can go up because I got what? My artificial covering. Cause that's the glory, my beautiful weave. So, so this is something that is your power, which is beautiful to see, because the Lord is reverting everyone back to what? The old ways. So these women are being revealed. And, that is something that the pride of these nigger women are really sky high, because Esau has put them on a pedestal and gave them all these different things to what? To make it say this is how beauty's supposed to look. And they have taken hold to it, and now you have even the children, the little babies. When I've seen kids 5, 6 years old, they be trying to put weave on these little girls' head, put extensions on here. This is BS. So call all Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to make these things move forward, because hey, this is a part of the prophecy. So with that, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Waha, Rachak Radash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Yah in pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.